Hello, Cancers, and welcome to this, your May 15th through May 31st reading and predictions. Let's dive right in first by taking a quick look at your last reading, and I have a question for you. What happened on May 8th for you guys? I would love to hear in the comments down below because in your last reading, there were three eights that came up. And typically, when one particular number or card shows up significantly in a reading like that, it's an indication that the date is going to be really important. So I'd love to hear what happened on May 8th for all of you guys. Now, your last reading, I'm just looking at my notes. Oh my. You had messages about imperfect action is better than no action at all. You had the Tower card come up. You had Ace of Pentacles. The Empress came up twice. You got a lot going on there, Cancer. So let's dive right in and let's see what's going on. For those of you who are new here, a very warm welcome. And for those of you who are returning, thank you so much for continuing to support the channel. Please stick around all the way until the end because at the very end of this video, I do have a special treat for you where I will be pulling a yes, no card to help you answer your most difficult questions. Okay. 10 of Swords is the card of where you are at now. And I kind of suspected that this card was going to be coming out because your last reading was wild. Your last reading was all over the place. It was indicating that you had something big coming up, especially with that Tower coming in, but as well with the Empress coming up twice. And the Empress, of course, is about birthing a new idea out into the world. Well, the only way that we can make room for new ideas to get put out into the world is to tear something else down from, the Tower. We have to change ideas. So, yeah, that's really what's coming up. Cancer. I wouldn't be surprised as well if we see the Hierophant coming up for you at some point in time. I sense that there's some of that coming up. Anyway, let's dive in. We've got the 10 of Swords coming up here for you. Now, the 10 of Swords is about feeling like you have been in a battle, feeling like potentially you may have been stabbed in the back by someone. Something didn't go exactly the way you wanted, but it's done. It's over. The battle is finished, and it is time to move on and move forward. Just going to pause the video here for 1 second. Okay, let's carry on with your reading. Let's take a dive into what you are focusing on. Where are we going for what you are focusing on? What are the Cancers focusing on for the latter half of May, please? What's going on for Cancer? What are they working towards manifesting? All right. I am smiling here because, yeah. Okay. We started off your reading here with the 10 of Swords following a Tower moment in the previous reading for the beginning of May. Also, we were going to look up why eights were so important for you and if something special happened to you around the 8th. And moving into the latter half of May, I am really, really not surprised to see these two cards come up. One of these cards is the New Vision card. It corresponds to the Hanged Man, and the other card is the Letting Go card, which corresponds to the Eight of Cups, about walking away from something. Let's start off here with the New Vision card, which is also corresponding to the Hanged Man. This is a card of seeing things from a different perspective, of waking up, of letting the veil drop, and realizing that things are not always as they seem. The saying that's coming up for me, and I may not get the saying as the exact quote, and just paraphrase here about actions speak louder than words. Don't always pay attention to the words that are coming out of their mouth, but pay attention to the whole face that the mouth is connected to, that have the words coming out of it. This is the type of message that I've got coming through for you. Also, the other thing that came up for me is pay attention to AI. You might not believe it, but half of what we're seeing now is AI. So the word discerning or discernment is coming up big time for me right now, Cancer, for you. Okay. You are seeing things from a different perspective. There's a light being shone down. You, yeah, there's a veil being lifted. Um, and it is changing your perspective in a big way. And in so doing, we have the Eight of Cups coming in, and the Eight of Cups is about letting go of something. It's about walking away from something. And in fact, on the traditional tarot, the Eight of Cups is depicted as a character who has turned their back on their Eight Cups and they are walking away. So this is showing me, Cancer, that there is something absolutely that you are on the verge of walking away from. And I do want to say, I'm picking up, this is about not so much walking away from a job or walking away from a house or walking away from a partner. This is about walking away from a belief system, a deeply held set of beliefs or one specific belief that's no longer resonating for you, something that you were told as a child and you took in unconditionally. You believed it unconditionally because of the source. And now you're looking around you and you're going, oh my, I'm not sure that was right. And I need to see things from my perspective. And if it doesn't resonate with me, I am going to be walking away. All right. Difficult influences. Where are we going for your difficult influences? I'm getting called back over here. If you are curious about any of the decks that I'm using today, I will leave links in the description for you. And as well, if you are interested in booking a private consultation with me, all of my contact details are down below. Okay. Yeah. In your difficult influences, you have the Death card, the High Priestess, and the Three of Wands. So let's dive into that. The Death card is about life, death, and rebirth or transformation. It is about metamorphosizing our lives. I am not surprised to see this card. Although this card coming up in your difficult influences does make it a little bit more interesting for you, Cancer, but this is absolutely about a transformation. And we already knew that you are well on your way through a transformation at this time, about breaking down barriers, breaking down belief systems that no longer serve you. One of the big ones that's come up for so many people nowadays is that they used to take the government's word for things at face value, and they used to take the word of the media at face value. You watched the 6 o'clock news or the 11 o'clock news, and you believed what they said. And now that's being called into question. That belief system surrounding those institutions is being questioned. We are seeing things from a different perspective at this time. And when it doesn't sit well with us, we walk away. Now, that's just one example. I just bring that up because it's kind of the big one right now. But for you guys, for cancers, I don't know what specifically it is, but there's absolutely something that you've been looking at and you're like, I need to walk away from this. And yet there's still some hesitation about walking away from it because you recognize that in walking away from something, which is like a death, you then have to recreate yourself or your belief system. Something new needs to come in for you. And you're hesitating on this. And, that's why this is coming up in your difficult influences. You have the High Priestess coming up in your difficult influences. High Priestess is all about tapping into our intuition. When we are going through a huge change and shift, with these kinds of cards coming up and the Tower coming up in your last reading, when we're going through that type of thing, Cancer, it can make it really, really difficult to tap in, make time for our intuition, and then to really, really believe our intuition over what we're being told or the chatter that's coming in. So this card is a call towards your intuition and a request from the universe for you to truly trust what's coming up for you in your intuition. And then you have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is about having made a decision and then stepping out into the world and putting that decision into practice or into action. This card coming up in your difficult influences, again, it's indicating that there is a hesitation on your part to move into this transformation. Let's take a look at messages from the universe, or messages that the universe wants Cancer to hear at this time. Okay, so you saw there that there were two cards that jumped out. Let's grab the first one from this side. Feel joy in all that you do. Feel joy in all that you do. Yes. Okay. When you're going through a transformation like this, when you begin to wake up and see things from a different perspective, sometimes it can be a little overwhelming and you forget to bring joy into your life. You forget to tap into your intuitive side and your joyful side with this high priestess. One of the things that came up for me, Cancer, and I don't know why, but I'm going to mention it because it came in as a download. And that is one of the easiest ways for us to feel joy in something or to bring joy back into our lives is to slow down while we are eating, while we are consuming food, and actually tap into the food. How does it taste in our mouths? How does it feel? How many times do we need to chew that particular little morsel? That can bring us back into being in touch with this high priestess. And that can bring us back into feeling joy. So slow down while you are consuming things between now and the end of May, because it will help you to get back in touch with you and it will help you to get back in touch with the joy that the universe is wanting you to feel. And the other card that you have in Messages from the Universe is Kindness Counts. Yes, pay it forward, do unto others as you would have done to you, the golden rule, all those things. Okay, let's take a look at your unexpected. All right, we're getting called over here. It's interesting. I'm getting called to similar decks than I did for some of the other readings, which is a little unique. All right, unexpected for Cancer for the latter half of May. What else is unexpected for Cancer? Anything else? Anything else? Okay. Okay, in the unexpected, we have the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is about it's about our finances and it's about us looking at our bank balance and going, eek. Okay, so that is coming up in your difficult influences. I am getting called to pull another card there for you, but yeah, Five of Pentacles. So this is coming up for you latter part of May, Cancer. You may want to just pay really close attention to where your money is going, what you're spending money on, but as well, pay attention to the transactions going on in your account. I'm picking up something about that. Please clarify the Five of Pentacles for us. We're looking for a clarification card for the Five of Pentacles, please, in Cancer's unexpected. Five of Pentacles clarification. Okay, we do have one card that got left sticking up. Yeah, moment to moment. Live in the present moment. You have the Two of Pentacles coming in. So yeah, the Two of Pentacles is about anytime we see a two, in the tarot, it is about having a duality or needing to make a decision. And so you've got the Two of Pentacles here. It is about living moment to moment, and it is about making a decision specifically related to money. And it's about living in the present moment. It is about not living beyond our means or getting ahead of ourselves with regards to money. Um, the saying that just came up for me as a download is, um, and again, I have to paraphrase it because it's not coming in as the exact quote, um, Cancer, but it is along the lines of, don't spend your pennies before they're in your pocket. If you feel like there is money coming towards you, whether that be a gift, a lottery win, an inheritance, somebody is going to pay you back a debt that they've owed you for a long time, don't spend it before it's actually physically in your hands, is the message that I've got coming in for you in your unexpected. All right, let's dive into your final general overall outcome. And we are going to go over here to the Light Seers. And then we're going to pull your yes, no card. Final general overall outcome for Cancer. The latter half of May. Anything else? Okay. All right, let's go with the first card that came out, which is the Page of Wands and the Four of Wands. Interesting. And you also had the Three of Wands come up in your difficult influences. Okay, Page of Wands is about heading out into the world. And in fact, the Page of Wands can sometimes also indicate that there is travel just around the corner for you. Exciting, right, Cancer? But keeping in mind, one of the things that you are focusing on is seeing the world from a different perspective and letting go of old belief systems. This may be a call towards traveling to a new locale or location, somewhere that you haven't been before. It is an exciting time. And you'll notice here the character on the card, I don't know how clearly it's coming up, has taken their wand. This is the page, so she's a little bit naive and playful, but she has taken her wand and she's just whimsically thrown it up in the air, and we'll see where it lands. Okay. So this is about not taking life quite so seriously. Okay, just kind of accepting what's coming towards us, letting go of the past, letting go of old belief systems, and tapping more deeply into our intuition, not spending money before it comes in, and balancing our bank, but also living in the present moment. When we live in the present moment, there's less opportunity for us to project what we want out there, which can cause us to spend. This is where I was going. I'm going to go backwards into your unexpected for just a minute, because I just want to make sure that this message is coming through loud and clear, because it just came in again. I got told go back and reiterate this. Cancer, when you live in the present moment, you don't project your wants out into the world. When you project your wants out into the world, what you're actually doing is trading today for tomorrow. But there's no such thing as tomorrow, because by the time tomorrow rolls around, it's already today. That's why starting a diet tomorrow never works. That's why spending money today while you're waiting for your paycheck to arrive on Friday usually doesn't work out too well. Okay, that's what's coming up here, is if you want something to happen, you need to start now. You need to be in the present moment. You need to get it out there now. Stop procrastinating. Okay, that's the messages that are coming up. One of the ways that you are going to be able to be assisted in this is the final card in your reading, and that is the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is about having a sense of community around us, friends and family, people that we can rely upon, people that we can call upon, and having that sense of camaraderie as we're going through a change and a shift and walking away from some old belief systems and, you know, rebalancing budgets and yeah, even going into this, feel joy in all that you do. And I kind of told you, slow down. Be present with your food. It will help you to be joyful about the food that you're consuming. And then you ended up with the moment to moment card here. So there's a lot of kind of synchronicities and things falling into place. And I think it's important for you to see that at this time, Cancer, to see the synchronicities, to see things falling into place, because that's going to help you continue with this new vision and this being able to see things from behind the veil instead of in front of the veil. It hasn't dropped yet. Okay. But definitely call upon family, friends, community, and be joyous about it. Celebrate it. All right. If this video resonated deeply for you, please hit that like button and subscribe as well. That way you'll receive notifications when I post the next readings for all of the cancers, which will be at the beginning of June. Okay. Take a moment, center yourself, Cancer, and bring to mind your yes no question. You may wish to ask the question out loud or in your mind several times. And I'm going to shuffle the cards until we have one card jump out. And that's not going to be one card. We need one card to jump out for Cancer. Yes or no? What do we have for Cancer? Yes or no? We have one card. However, it did decide to land on the floor, Cancer. In response to your yes no question, Cancer, you have choose a new direction. Choose a new direction. All right. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you.